What's going on, everyone? Jumpy Bean back for the bonus video for Super Mario Galaxy. We have a lot of post-game content and other stuff to show off that's happened that I haven't shown off yet, or other various things that I've been hiding in secret for this moment. This is the file that we just beat on that time. 120 stars. And you see that. This file I did earlier. And yeah, you also see 121 stars there. Somehow there's an extra star. And this button.
Luigi.
Time to play as Luigi. When you beat the game for the first time, I wasn't able to show this because the finale recorded weirdly unfortunately. There was an error with the microphone and all of that. Really don't want to get into that, but there was a message saying that you can now play as Luigi, which opens up an entire second game that you have to beat all 120 stars again as Luigi. In all honesty, not much really changes. Luigi just controls a lot differently. As you can see, he's very slippery. When you stop running, he slides so unbelievably far. But the thing that counteracts that is his jump is so incredibly high. He just jumps so far. So it's an added challenge, but it really doesn't make things too much more difficult. In some cases, it actually makes things easier. It's possible to skip a lot of places in submissions, but the slipperiness is just what's supposed to be challenging for that. Funnily enough, however, here's a letter from Princess Peach. What do you mean, Dear Mario? She couldn't even address the letter to Peach? Huh, it's addressed to Mario? Don't be upset, Luigi, hang in there! Princess Peach included 20 one-up mushrooms in her letter. So I guess she knew she was writing to Luigi and felt bad after already sending the letter out, or after already writing it, and decided it's not worth writing a second letter. So to pay for that, she was like, I'll just throw more one-ups in there for him. He'll figure it out. He'll be fine. So yeah, then you're supposed to beat the whole game again, all 120 stars with Luigi. Now, a lot of people, including myself when I first played this game, wonder, aren't there missions you're supposed to go and like save Luigi or do stuff regarding Luigi? Luigi found a star somewhere and you have to go find him to get it. What happens if you go to one of those missions as Luigi and you have to go find him or save him? Well, that's what I'm gonna show right now with the mission that's still titled Luigi and the Haunted Mansion. Nope, not Mario. And that was Luigi in there. Let's see what happens. And so we've made it to this platform here, right underneath a second Luigi. Even Luigi doesn't refer to other self as Luigi. He has to call him Mario too. Oh, wait. What do you mean Mario, dude? It's clearly yourself. Why are you yelling for Mario? You didn't even see Mario. This could be some other random person coming to save you. Boo Luigi, who just looks tired. Look at his eyes. He looks like he's done with the world. But then we go save ourselves in the mansion. Still calls out for Martin. Oh my, are you Luigi? Me? Well, I guess there's enough people in the universe for one person to look like me. Anyway, I found a power star, let's take it back. So he just assumes everything's fine. He's just like, oh yeah, it's a big universe. I mean, which is good logic, I guess. I'm sure there's... When everyone says you're unique, you're probably just like some other creature or speck out there in the universe. No one's really unique in this world. Alright, let's get our star! And see double Luigi time! So nothing really changes. That's the logic behind it, is there's probably a second Luigi out there in the world somewhere, or someone that at least looks like Luigi. So it's like they were on their way to making Gooigi a thing before, and just they just kind of retconned the idea of a second Luigi out there before they decided to run crazy with it and make it just green Luigi. Yeah, I don't know either. But with that, that's about all I wanted to show. No, it wasn't. Oh, okay, thanks, Luigi. One other thing, real quick. Rosalina, can you turn around? Thank you. Let's travel to the center of the universe again. Now listen close here, though. Looking for Princess Peach back. She's with me. So you refer to him as Luigi here, but not in the letters you were writing for him? This is the only time you hear her say Luigi is right now? In all honesty, there's a chance she doesn't know Luigi's trying to save her. That she just legitimately thinks it's Mario the whole time, and then Luigi comes rolling up to Bowser's doorstep. But with that, I believe that's all the Luigi stuff I need to show off. Anyways, back to the file that we had been previously working on. When you jump back in with Mario after you beat the game, nothing happens. They don't give you any message because they anticipate you to continue in with Luigi, but again, Peach is still writing letters to you for no reason, and it's still only 5. So yes, Luigi getting the extra 20, getting the extra 15 to make it 21 ups is just a Luigi thing. It's not a once you beat the game, that's just how it goes. It's just a Luigi specific thing. Next off, we have an area that I've been anticipating, that I expected a lot of people to say, when is this coming? When is this area coming? This door that I've not walked into, and a lot of messages throughout the game talking about chapters of something. Mama's Library's in here. Let's check that out.
Ooh. Let us begin.
Chapter 1, The Celestial Duo. Our story begins a very, very long time ago with a young girl. One day, this girl spotted a rusted spaceship holding a small star child. "What's your name? Are you lost?" the girl asked the star child. "I'm Luma, and I'm waiting for Mama. She's coming for me on a comet," said the star child, who had been waiting day and night. "Don't worry, I'll wait with you," the little girl promised Luma. At nightfall, the little girl borrowed her father's telescope and peered into the sky. She looked and looked, but she saw nothing. Hours turned into days, and then years, but still the sky revealed nothing. Finally, the little girl sighed and said to Luma, "If we stay here looking much longer, I'll be an old lady soon." But then she had an idea. "Why don't we go out there and find your mother ourselves?" The girl and Luma fixed up the rusty spaceship, and then the two set sail into the starry sky, and this is how the search for the Celestial Mother began. Chapter 2, Starbits. Days passed with no sight of the comet or even a single planet. Instead, asteroids extended for as far as the eye could see. "If I had known it was going to take this long, I would have packed more jam," said the little girl above the rumble of her belly. Before they left, she had packed all the essentials: telescope, butterfly net, stuffed bunny, bread, milk, jam, and apricot flavored tea, but I forgot to bring water! At this, Luma burst into gales of laughter, and the girl began to pout. As long as I have starbits, I'll be fine, said Luma. Want some? The little girl couldn't stay mad after hearing this. Luma continued to laugh, and the girl couldn't help but join in. Alright, maybe just a nibble. Leaning far out of the ship, the pair began to collect starbits with the girl's net. They almost fell out a few times, but they kept on collecting. The starbits tasted like honey. Chapter 3, The Comet. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly, "We have to get to that comet!" The pair descended on the comet and found it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, utterly unable to take another step. Look! Peering down at the icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed clusters of starbits encased in the ice. Pretty good, huh? Finding starbits is my specialty, said Luma, beaming. There's ice here, but it's so warm. I bet there's water here too. The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. Chapter 4, The Dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. Where are you going? She asked her mother's retreating back. Without turning, her mother replied, Don't fret, dearest. I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night. A wave of sadness washed over the girl. What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or the moon? Her mother thought for a moment before responding. I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry. When she awoke, the girl's face was damp with tears. You have starbits in your eyes, said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, These are tears, not starbits. I'm crying because I'll never see my mother ever again. At this, Luma began to cry too. Mama, oh mama, wah! I don't know how to do a better wah. The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma, the rain clouds won't go away if you keep crying, the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. I'll give you a present if you stop. The girl closed her eyes and said gently, I'll take care of you. With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5, Home. The kitchen will go here and the library will go over there, the girl said busily to herself. We'll put the gate here. Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about at a feverish pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it to make a happy home. It turned out the starbits weren't the only things buried in the ice. They were tools and furniture unlike any they had seen before. Any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate. It was certainly spacious, but still, something seemed to be missing. If only my father, brother, and mother were here, the girl said wistfully. Indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close to her heart, the girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6, Friends. Then one day, while the girl sat sipping tea, a tiny apricot-colored planet appeared on the horizon. From the planet, another Luma of the same color emerged. Do you two know each other? The girl asked the two Lumas gleefully. Despite the girl's excitement, they seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor backed away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. My mama! At once, the apricot Luma parroted back, My mama, my mama! My mama, my mama! The two Lumas began to dance around the girl frantically, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh, and that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing, My mama, my mama! The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. What am I going to do with all these children? The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. I guess we'll have to name each and every one of you. Tomorrow, once she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7, The Telescope. After seeing their 100th comet, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was. That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into sight. It was smaller than a starbit. How strange. It's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope, and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seemed very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing there when I lived on my home planet. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to look at the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down that hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on bright and windy days. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears and the Lumas didn't know what to do. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house on the hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky because... She's sleeping under the tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars, and a hush fell over the area. Chapter 8, The Wish. Though usually quite cheery, one day the girl became sad again. Luma drew close and tried to comfort her. Mama, you still have me. And don't be sad about your mama, because she's a part of you. That means she's always close by. It's like me, I love starbits because they remind me of my mama. No, the girl said, unable to stop the tears. A lonely look flickered across Luma's face, but it was soon replaced by a wide grin. I have an idea. I will transform into a comet, a soaring comet that can carry you all on this journey. With that, Luma, trailing bands of white, soared high into the sky and just as quickly started to plummet back down. Kaboom! Kablam! The ground shook and a bright light poured out of the crater that the Luma had created. The bands of light twisted together to form a comet tail. And then Luma emerged, reborn as a comet. The girl could scarcely believe her eyes. But how? She kept asking. Our destiny as Lumas is to transform into different things, said a red Luma who had suddenly appeared. Stars, comets, planets, we can become all of these things. When I grow up, I want to become a star that makes someone special smile, said a green Luma. A blue Luma chimed in. That Luma turned into a real cutie of a comet, didn't he? All of the Lumas together said, No more crying, Mama. Thank you, said the girl in a whisper as she pulled the Lumas close and hugged them. From that day on, starbits no longer fell from the girl's eyes. The comet set forth for the girl's home planet, its long tail blazing proudly behind it. Final chapter, family. With its many Lumas and telescopes, the comet was quite a sight to behold. The girl and the Lumas were proud to call it home. At a welcoming party for a new Luma, the girl gathered everyone in the kitchen and said in a louder voice than usual, Alright everyone, let's make a cake sprinkled with star bits, then it will be a star cake. The Lumas excitedly began to gather the ingredients. As she watched the Lumas scurry about, the girl smiled and thought to herself, This is my family now, and I will stay with them until they're ready to leave the nest, and when they do leave, I'll see them off with a smile. Because that's what makes a mother happiest. That night, when the girl lay down to sleep, a soft light enveloped her and reminded her of the blue planet she once called home. But it would be nice to return home once every 100 years to... No, it would be nice to return home once every 100 years to nap in my favorite sleeping nook. The comet carrying the Lumas and the girl continues on its journey to this very day. With more family members in tow than can be counted, it's said that the comet visits the girl's home planet once every 100 years, its proud white tail glittering in the sky. The end.
That's all.
That's all. My story is finished. So, this is the library. Let's sit down. No! No! Do not pick up the book. No. We're not reading the book again. Absolutely not. Get me out of here. That's Rosalina's storybook. Let's sit here for a second. This part of the game was never supposed to happen. One game developer decided they really wanted Rosalina to have a backstory. They took the idea of writing a storybook to one of the directors, specifically Miyamoto. I'm just going to say that outright. It was Miyamoto. Took the idea to him, and he rejected the idea. He said, there's no need for it. Why do we need to develop one of these characters? This is a platforming game. We don't need that kind of character development in it. And shot down the idea of including this. But enough other people on the staff said it was a good enough idea, so they ended up keeping it in the game and just put it in as this side room that's completely optional. I would like to think that Rosalina is the character she is today because of this room. If you don't have the storybook and the backstory behind her character, I don't think she's as beloved as a character as she is now. I think she gets left behind a lot, and she would be a very useless side character. But because we do get some backstory to her, and she's one of the few characters in the Mario series with real character development that you get to actually see, it means a lot. It's a small thing in this game. It doesn't add any sort of gameplay element to the game. The game isn't mechanically better because of this. But what it does do is it adds more character and personality to this game that no other Mario game before, or especially after, has seen. It's not important. It's not necessary. But it makes the game a whole lot sweeter. I've been waiting to show this for a bit. The chapters kept unlocking. I considered showing each chapter one at a time as it unlocked, like just slowly. Like every few episodes we go and read the next chapter of the story. But I feel like that kind of, it gets lost in translation a bit here or there. I think it's better just to go through and read the entire story when it's completed. And I couldn't think of a better time to do it than right now. Thank you, Rosalina, for actually adding something to the game and not just being a one-off character that might appear in spin-off games here or there. She got the chance to be in spin-off games immediately. And I think it's all thanks to that book right there. Okay, but back here, back on the original file that already has Mario and Luigi's stories done. I showed very early in the video that both Mario and Luigi actually have 121 stars, even though there's only 120 stars we've completed. Well, once you beat the game as Mario and Luigi 100%, the final mission pops up. On the other side, here's another green Luma. Want to go to the grand finale galaxy? Of course I do. The Star Festival is your secret bonus level in this game. And unlike most other Mario games, or video games in general, this isn't a hard mission. No. It's another 100 coin mission. But it's the Star Festival. Right where the game started. You get to talk to all these NPCs. It's a festival, a festival. Good evening, Mario! And just go back and see where everything was. Or could have been at the start of the game before everything got destroyed. Over here gives you a great cinematic view of the whole area. And I think this is a great way to end this game. Again, so different from every other Mario game. And the thing they've never really tried again is making a bonus level easy. You have other Mario games where the last level is the most challenging thing, and it's like one of the most challenging things in a Mario game. Crazy! But I think Mario Galaxy is the perfect game to have something different happen at the end. Even this year's one amazing festival. These kids are having a blast. It's just one other thing to make Mario Galaxy stand out from every other game in not only the Mario series, but not even the 3D Mario series, but just Mario and other Nintendo franchises in general. The fact they even had an extra mission in this game speaks a lot to how much they really wanted this game to stand out. Anyways, Mr. Mario, you've got to hear this! Whoa! No! What was that? We did such a great job! They're promoting us to Royal Guards! With me as the Royal Guard Commander, no one will ever kidnap Princess Peach again! Ever! Koopas, Boos, giant overgrown moles, whatever! Bring it on! He seems more confident than ever. All our friends are still here. But with this was the last thing I needed to show. Which means, unfortunately, and fortunately, it's a good thing. I'm happy that we got to go on this journey together. I don't want this to be another emotional, crazy thing, just like the actual goodbye was. But there's our real final star of the playthrough. And once you get this... Mario, a very special letter has arrived for you. I'll read it out loud, okay? Congratulations! We'd like to send you a galaxy-sized thanks for saving all the Power Stars and playing to the very end! Until next time, the Super Mario Galaxy staff! I sent a picture to your system album, so look out for it. This is your picture for beating this game as Mario. There's another one for Luigi too. This is your 100% reward. You get a picture. Thanks, Toad. Thanks! We haven't gotten enough pictures as final things, as final rewards for 3D Mario games. Mario Sunshine. But with that, this is gonna do it for the playthrough. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll move on to... I promise this is the end of Mario Galaxy. We'll move on to other things now.